Hi everybody, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is a Q&A episode, so let's actually get started, shall we? So first off, Lukezilla. Who would win, Allosaurus or Gorgosaurus? Okay, so we got Allosaurus from the Jurassic, which everybody knows, and of course Gorgosaurus from the Late Cretaceous around 75 to 70 million years ago. And so Tyrannosaur versus Allosaur. So of course these animals never lived, never seen each other, never coexisted with each other. And of course they're in separate times as well. And so Allosaurus and Gorgosaurus are almost similar in size. I think Gorgosaurus has got an advantage in terms of bite force and of course speed and also the brains. Whereas Allosaurus has got the strength, it's got strength, it still has speed, but not as fast as Gorgosaurus. But I think this one, even though Allosaurus would probably still have an advantage in terms of that, it still has it's a bit heavier. It's got a lot more muscle, and be able to hold off Gorgosaurus pretty good and get a couple of bites in and slashes and all that. But whereas like Gorgosaurus would have a pretty powerful bite, be able to get an Allosaurus, probably hit Allosaurus like on the base of the tail, get the parts of the legs, probably get to the neck really fast as well. I mean, that one could be a toss-up. I'd say that one's a toss-up. But I mean, that's just my opinion. I think it's a toss-up. And so, but you can let me know. Who do you think would actually win that one? And your next question, which prehistoric sea creature do you think can beat the shark Jaws? I think Megalodon, Leviathan, Tylosaurus, and Pliosaurus. Yeah, I think a lot of those can actually defeat the great white shark in Jaws. And so the great white shark in Jaws is presumably, in terms of estimated size, is between 20 and 25 feet, even though Matt Hooper in the movie says it's 20 feet. Quint says it's 25, but great white sharks have never gotten to that size, really, in terms of like scientific measurements. But 20 feet is plausible. But anyway, in terms of prehistoric sea creatures that could beat Jaws, like yeah, I'd say Megalodon would easily win that one. Leviathan, Tylosaurus, and Pliosaurus, of course. You can throw in like Liopleurodon. You can also throw in like Mosasaurus itself, Basilosaurus, and any of, or maybe like Brymnophyseter shigensis, the biting sperm whale. Like there's plenty of them. There's plenty of them that could actually defeat the shark Jaws. Even well, probably not Dunkleosteus. Dunkleosteus would probably lose that one because of like all Jaws needs to do is get right into the tail, the softest part of Dunkleosteus. Yeah, I'd probably say a lot of those big sea creatures, like any of the giant marine reptiles, any of the really big whales, would be able, and even like giant sharks as well. Even a Totus would actually be able to defeat the shark Jaws, the great white shark Jaws. Yeah, so I think that answers that. There's plenty of them, plenty of those creatures that could actually beat Jaws. All right, Alex, do you think that most of the non-avian dinosaurs had yellow eyes with a black iris, like in today's cranes and flamingos? This is a good question. What kind of eyes did dinosaurs really have? Well, back in the day, way back, certain types of scientists thought they had like reptilian eyes, or always like maybe the slit, that like vertical slit, like some snakes have, even some cats have this, and some lizards do have this as well, but mainly snakes and some cats. But thing is, those are not really great comparisons for dinosaurs, because the vertical slit is only good for like mostly the animals that have like say nocturnal vision and all that sorts of stuff. But dinosaurs don't really have that type of like eyesight in certain ways. I know there's some crocodilians that might have them, but I probably would say that like the open, the circular iris, yes, or the pupil, the circular pupil, yes, I probably say they had circular pupils, and so yellow eyes, that is hard to determine. I would probably say there's a chance that it could have that, but there's also like birds that actually have like blue eyes. But like it could go either or, and so it could be white, it could be yellow, it could be blue. I mean, I don't know. That's a really good question. I would say all dinosaurs probably had the circular like pupil, that's basically the black part in your eye. And so the pupil is probably round, not a vertical slit. And so yeah, I agree with you on that, there, Alex. I do think dinosaurs had that circular iris and pupil. But in terms of the color of like the outer part of the eye, I really don't know. It could go either way. Could go either way. It's hard to determine. Brendan, which fauna do you like most? Triassic, Jurassic, or Cretaceous? This is a good one. Normally, I'm biased to the Cretaceous fauna because I love the Cretaceous fauna because there's a lot of dinosaurs that have pretty good diversity in that type of fauna. Jurassic fauna is awesome as well. You got plenty of sauropods, like good, and a lot of like good sized theropods. I mean, I think I like the theropods from the Cretaceous more than the Jurassic, but I still like the Jurassic theropods. Sauropods I like in the Jurassic because it's classic designs that you see all the time. But the Triassic is very underrated. I actually like the Triassic fauna a lot because it's kind of almost poorly understood in terms to the public because everybody knows the Jurassic and some people know the Cretaceous, but not a lot of people know about the Triassic. And so I'll give Triassic a little bit more of an edge on this one because I like it. I like the Triassic fauna. It's very underrated, like I said. I think people need to pay attention to the Triassic a little bit more because you got the beginning stages of the dinosaurs, you got the big archosaurs, you even have some of the mammal-like reptiles that were around there too. Like there's plenty of reptiles around that particular kind of time, and so I would choose the Triassic because it's a lot. It's very underrated, like I said. All right, Benjamin, your first question: does Appalachiosaurus have long arms or short arms? Well, in the past, it was believed that they did have long arms, but more research has been trying to solve this issue or solve this problem. And what it seems like now is that the evidence is pointing towards small arms, and so it probably did not have long arms. So the certain types of museum exhibits that do have the Appalachiosaurus skeleton displayed with long arms, I think now they're still going to have that, but I'd probably say that it has short arms because I think it's leaning that direction based on where the evidence is going. I think short arms. Is Icthyostega the weirdest of all prehistoric amphibians? No, not really. It just kind of looks like a basic, like gigantic salamander, really, but it does have a lot of toes or digits on its limbs, so it does have a lot of those. In terms of weird amphibians, I really don't know. There's that Eriops, or not that one, the one that has that like a boomerang, like skull, that triangular looking skull. I think that's the weirdest amphibian. I can't remember what the name is of that one, but off the top of my head, but I do believe that one is the weirdest because it's such a strange skull for an amphibian. I think that will probably be the one that but you guys in the comment section, you can actually put down what the one I'm talking about. That amphibian that has like that boomerang shaped skull or that triangular shaped skull. Please, it can almost looks like it has like those wings on the skull, but it's not really wings. But please feel free to put that name down in the comments so that way I know that one. But I I do know because you guys know the name of it. And then is Sharovipteryx an ancestor of pterosaurs? I looked this up. No, it is not. It is a part of its own group of reptiles, and so it's part of its own group of reptiles because they do glide. They do have that. They have really long hind limbs, and they have like fossilized like imprints of the skin that are like attached from the ribs, go all the way down to the toes, and then to the toes all the way to the tail. They're gliders, but they're not the ancestors to pterosaurs. That goes to an Archosaurian ancestor. And see, pterosaurs and dinosaurs share a common ancestor with each other. Share a common Archosaurian ancestor. It's just that they just kind of went into different directions. One stayed in the reptilian lineage and stayed more on the reptilian side of things and be able to have hollow bones and have powered flight, whereas the other ones were getting more towards the bird aspect of things. And so you get your classic dinosaurs going all the way over towards modern day birds. And so, yeah, Sharovipteryx is not the ancestor to pterosaurs. And your last one, who would win, Andrewsarchus or Sarcastodon? So these animals are a part of the Eocene epoch, but they're they're from the same continent. I just don't know if they ever interacted with each other. I just really don't know that. One has that really elongated skull, which is Andrewsarchus, and is really, really big. It can actually be as big as a horse, which is kind of crazy for a predatory mammal like that. And Andrewsarchus is leaning more towards to being an entelodont now than say what it was like, say from like Walking with Beasts. So yeah, and then you got Sarcastodon. When I looked at the images of this thing, it almost looks like that. It's kind of like a mix of like a cat, a bear, hyena, that sort of thing. It's a strange carnivorous mammal. But the only things that were found of Sarcastodon is the skull and jaws. That's it. There's no like vertebrae, hind limbs, or like limbs or anything like that. So it's just basically the skull and the jaws. Whereas Andrewsarchus is mostly the skull, but there has been some rumors of like there's some vertebrae has been found, but mainly just the skull. And so who I would think with this one, I think Andrewsarchus a little bit more because it's larger and also it's got the incredible bite force. So entelodonts really are just got the powerful bite force, and you do not want to mess with them. And so I would probably say Andrewsarchus on that one. So yeah, there's your answer for that one. All right, so next week would be a special episode, and so I'll let you guys know what kind of prehistoric animal I'm going to talk about for June 1st of 2023, so stay tuned for that. And so that'll probably happen like sometime this weekend, this Memorial Day weekend here in the United States. And so I'll let you guys know what kind of prehistoric animal I'm going to talk about for that. And also stay tuned sometime this weekend because I will be making a little bit of an announcement type of post of what's going to happen this summer in terms of my library program. So stay tuned for that. And so, yeah, so hopefully there will be a picture involving that, and it will show the dates. So that sort of thing. And so, yeah, so stay tuned for the announcement of the special episode that is coming up next week, Thursday. And of course, the announcement about my library program. And so stay tuned for that. And also, you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life. Feel free to email me at dinochrist71@gmail.com. Or just go to my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, you actually post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them in Messenger. Messages for private conversation. So please put your questions in the comment section on the Facebook, on Facebook. And also for YouTubers out there. According to my analytics, so that if you guys are checking out my channel and not subscribed yet, so please feel free to do so. To hit that like button because it helps out the algorithm now more than ever. The YouTube algorithm is about likes, and so if you hit that like button, spreads the video out to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general, and so that way it gets sent out to more people. And also hit that, and also subscribe, and because I post videos weekly, and also you can hit that notification bell, so that way you can get notified by every video that comes out every week. And so stay tuned for that. And you also can check out my community tab. This summer I'll be doing a lot more polls, so you guys can actually do a little bit of interaction with that as well. And so interact with me, interact with other people to talk about certain things in paleontology, and so on and so forth. And of course, for you YouTubers out there, leave your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all. Your questions do mean a lot in these Q&A episodes. So all of you that are sending me questions via email, Facebook, and YouTube, you guys are actually giving me some great questions for these Q&A episodes. It means a lot. And keep up the great work, guys. You're awesome. And also, you can make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRAL. That's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of people around you. Notice if you're younger people out there that miss the list, and your parents, your teachers, and your guardians, it's the best motivation you can have for good education. It's very important to have a good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. And just a side note here, I will check out season 2 of Prehistoric Planet at some point. That will be my extra episode for June. So that'll be my extra episode for June, is that I'll watch every single episode of season 2 of Prehistoric Planet. And so don't spoil me on anything, please, about Prehistoric Planet season 2. And so I'll binge it when I can, and of course give you my review of season 2 of Prehistoric Planet. So that way that extra episode will be up in June. So mid-June is when that episode will air. And so that extra episode for June will be the Prehistoric Planet Season 2 review. So don't spoil me on Prehistoric Planet Season 2. So just, there's a side note. But anyway, that's it for now. And I'll see you guys next time.